often to the music when it comes to these are the songs sung in Himalayas, and to be sung here is something really remarkable, isn't it? That we brought it all the way to be sung here. Now, I think I have already given you a very, very long lecture and a speech, as you call it, but some reactions were very good, and some could absorb it very well. But some, they said, were sleeping. Now these things happen because of negativity. You have to fight your negativity, because negativity is the thing that asks questions. When I'm talking, telling the truth, absolute truth. But it asks questions and it reflects. When it starts reflecting, nothing goes in the head, because you are left with the past sentence and the present you are not with it. So the whole thing boils down to something like an escape. And then you escape and you sleep off. I mean, I tried my level best today to put you onto your conscious mind. You have to be conscious, you have to be alert. And that's the point, is that unless and until you are conscious, you cannot ascend. Any abnormal person cannot ascend. You have to normalize yourself. So many of you had lots of abnormalities, which were brought out and thrown away, and many have been cleansed. But now, if there are some still lingering with it, they must work it out. They cannot just go on justifying it. Normally, negative persons attract a negative personality. So if you have such a negativity of any kind within you, you should never sit next to a negative person, never go near such a person. Keep away. But stick on to the positive person. Like I said, stick on and support your leaders without questioning. Without questioning. But this is the trouble, is that you start fighting your own leader. If the leader says something to you, you quarrel with the leader and you argue with the leader. So it's finished. I speak through the leaders. So you don't question it. If you question it, then there will be a problem. You have to stick on with your leaders, who are positive people. And if you start questioning them, then you will be nowhere. No link between you and me. And this is everywhere. I was told in Switzerland it is like this, in France now it's better, it's to be like that. Everywhere, except for Italy. I think Italy has the best results. Don't fight with your leaders. Don't argue them. Do not reflect about Sahaja Yoga. What can you say? What do you know? How can you reflect? What is your knowledge? Do you question your chemistry teacher when he says hydrogen has got 2 atoms or 1 atom? Do you? And when you start doing this with your ego, you are thrown out of the realm of evolution. So do not reflect, just listen and try to take it inside. These are all mantras. Take them inside. Instead of that, you start questioning, arguing with your leaders, giving them advices. Please don't do it. Stop it now. This is no politics where everybody can advise, everybody has to say something. Mostly the bhoots are such. The bhutish people go on advising and having their own say. And they go against the leader throughout. Now, especially for the elderly people, I would say, because you are more grown up sometimes than the leaders are. Then you think you have a right to correct your leaders. It's not so. In Sahaja Yoga, it is not how much you are old, but it is how much you are evolved. So, when you start questioning your leaders and reflecting on their behavior, or anything like that, and answering them back, or also giving your ideas, you are gone. It's like a link. Say there's a link between the chakras and the cells. Say it like that. Now, if you deny the chakras, how one has to work it out? Because I am connected with them, and through them you are connected. But when you deny them, then you fall out. I know what to do with the leaders. I choose them, I arrange them, I organize them, I change them. I know what to do. Now you people do not challenge them. It's nothing but your ego. In India it doesn't happen at all. Doesn't happen. Once mother has appointed somebody, it's accepted. Because for them this is the truth that they have been seeking. All other is nonsense, is all complications. And because you are so complicated, to you other things look nice. You think you're surrendering your personality. It's not at all. It's developing. Surrendering yourself to the sap of life, to the vitality, to the vital force of life. Surrender. Accept more, accept more. This ego can never allow you to take inside anything. Be careful on that. This will never allow you to sleep. It will never give you peace. It will never allow you to grow. It will never take you to your own goal. So surrender that ego of yours. So one thing I have to tell you, don't fight, don't quarrel, don't question, don't reflect about your leaders to begin with. Otherwise you will be cut off. Keep in his good book. Try to support him. Ask him what does he want, what help he needs. The more you get attached to him, the more you get closer to him, the more you will get. But see, people are very wasteful. They have wasted their lives in drugs, this, that, all nonsense. And the women have another bad habit, is to gossip. They want to gossip. Gossip about this person, criticize that person, is a very bad habit among women to gossip. I never pay heed to anyone who gossips, and I don't like a person who gossips. So don't gossip about things, cheaply, frivolously talking about others. It's not necessary you should be educated. It's not necessary that you should come from a very well-bred family. Nothing is necessary. As long as you are a Sahajogi, you can be a diamond. But allow yourself to be cut into the diamond. Allow. So the reaction of some people was very good. They absorbed what I said. They took everything inside, but some of them went off to sleep. Now, if those who were struggling at that time may not have understood, it's a difficult subject, I told you, it's a very subtle subject, doesn't matter. But those who have been like that should look after themselves, should find out. I found out one thing with the left-sided people, if they can put a candle near their left swadhisthana, a little far, and put one candle before the photograph, and put left hand towards the photograph, and right hand on the Mother Earth, it works. And the candle at the back should be kept a little far away, because it makes sounds, it goes this way, that way, it burns. Those who have been taking drugs, not LSD but other drugs, which are drowsy people who feel sleepy, whose brains are destroyed by drug, all those people can benefit a lot by this. Do it every day. Going into drug, you never felt you were surrendered to drugs. Never felt that. Which was something that was going to kill you completely. You know, so many people are killed, so many are dying. But you wanted to do that, I don't know, because your ego said, all right, go ahead, try this. You will be the one who, nothing will happen to you. That's the ego suggests. So you did it. All right, doesn't matter. Whatever has happened, let us clear it out, because we are seekers. So those who have really felt one in the lecture without any questioning should know that they are doing well. Those who were questioning, reflecting, should know they have ego. And those who are dozing out should know that they are left-sided. Left side is worse than the right side, because the right side can be easily corrected. It shows outside. People don't like it. Such a person is criticized. Everybody says he's egoistical, he does that. Everybody knows that such a person goes out, like Hitler. But the left-sided person, you see, is very pitiable, and you have very great pity for such a person, and you sympathize, and you get lost with that person. They are more dangerous and difficult to be cured, very difficult. So it's not an easy task. We have to work it out. I'm trying my level best. You should also help me. I was thinking that if you can start using little oil for your head, it will be a good idea in the night. As Sahajogis, you should. I think the hairstyle should be changed for Sahajogis. This modern fashionable style won't suit us, because you'll have all bald heads one day, I can tell you, and you will see the Sahasrara with a big dimple here. Better use some nice coconut oil, rub in your head nicely, and in the night and in the morning, after all, it doesn't show much, and comb your hair in a proper way. Because also I think if your dresses are like boots, your hair are like boots, then the boots will take over, thinking, oh, this is a boot sitting down here, better take hold of that boot. So dress up in a way, shouldn't have hair on your forehead at all. Keep it straight, make it nice, and have it absolutely clean foreheads. We are Sahajogis, we have to change our dresses, we have to change our styles. We cannot become fashionable like these stupid punks. So we are a type, by our hairstyle people should know that these are Sahajogis. So before you start getting bald, better try putting some oil in your head. That's one very important thing the Sahajogis have to do. They can take vibrated oil if you like, and I think olive oil is good, but better than olive oil I find it is coconut oil is better for the growth of the hair. But sometimes you can also put almond oil, is also good, almond oil for you, because if you have any problem that you feel exhausted or your nerves need attention, you're a nervous type of person, then almond oil is good for you. And for people who have teeth which are troubling them, they must look after them. No use going to the dentist, because dentists create problems. Simple thing is to use olive oil and some salt and rub it on your gums nicely every day before sleeping. That will keep your teeth all right. You'll be amazed, till today I have not been to any dentist. Never been to a dentist, and I hope I won't go to a dentist. So, but one thing is that I have certain bad habits. One of them is that I brush my teeth quite often. But don't use electrical brushes and all that, but use brushes or use your fingers. The best way is to rub with the salt and the oil. It's very good for you. And then allow the whole thing to come out and then wash your feet. Then the third thing I find in Europe, that you people do not clear your throats and your tongues, which is another thing very much against Vishuddhi. And that must be one of the reasons why your Vishuddhis are bad. So, though it is not fashionable here in the West, but very important thing is to put your two fingers in the mouth and rub your fingers, not the thing, fingers, and clean your tongue in such a way that everything comes out in the morning. Is important, because that accumulates and then it rots. So this has to be done. And maybe that you might think that this is doing you make a noise and all that, doesn't matter. You have to clear out your throat. And that's how you will keep your Vishuddhis very clear. This is one of the things. And another thing is that you must always use water as much as possible for washing. When you go for your morning ablution, water must be used. Paper is a very dirty and unhygienic habit. Very dirty and unhygienic habit. But even if you use paper, you must use water after that. It's very important that all the time the water should be used as much as possible. For Sahajogis, it is a very, very important thing. Now for some people who will find that they are on a subtler level quite on the verge of collapse, in the way that they still have those problems that they want to sleep with other women and they want to do all these things, they should give up Sahaja Yoga. Best is to leave us alone. We can't have such useless people with us. So they should give up Sahaja Yoga and don't trouble us. Because we can get thousands and thousands in India, we have no problem. For them it is not difficult. They are already there. So those who are still like that, who are trying to have relations with other women and having their eyes on other women and all the women like that, you see, all these kind of maniacs, I call them maniacs only, should give up Sahaja Yoga and should spare us. This is for definite. Now we have been always saying that those who are very negative people will have to leave Sahaja Yoga. And a day will come. So for all of you it is very necessary that you should try to clean yourself and never sit with a person who is negative. Never make friendship with a person who is negative. Try to be more helpful to a person who is positive. Clear out yourself, clean out yourself, look after yourself, respect yourself, love yourself. Live with your dignity. Cheapish thing, frivolous thing, useless thing should not be done. And make your ego be challenged. Let somebody insult you and see that you do not answer back. Just see it, not to get into temper. Try that your ego doesn't react. That can be achieved very easily if you try in the mirror, look at yourself and laugh at yourself. Make fun of yourself. What do you think of yourself? Who are you? What do you have? Nothing? Now today's lecture was not only a great lecture, but also it was like mantras. All good for the brain. And I would say that this lecture must be listened to again and again, and to be taken in, not to be questioned. Not to be questioned, to be taken in, to be absorbed. I hope that you understand this. Now after the Sahasrara Puja, I hope you people try to maintain the position you have reached. I would expect all of you to support, to glorify your leaders, and not in any way debase them, argue with them, give them ideas. Even the wives, I have said, are not to argue with the leaders. It's like pulling each other. Like they said, there were some scorpions sent for investigation from different places. And they saw one jar was open. And they said, what is this? From this jar, all the scorpions will jump out. They said they cannot, because one comes up, the another pulls him down. In the same way we behave. So if there's a leader, this is ego that makes you jealous, and this is ego that says that you know better, you better give a suggestion. Not that you cannot suggest, people tell me also things. But if he doesn't accept, well and good. That's a challenge to your ego. It's better that he says no to you so that you see for yourself, is it my ego still insisting on that position? Now, on the second thing that I have said, that we should not be drawn by convention. Like the convention was that, say for now this time the English leaders felt, which was a big mistake, that Italians would be inconvenienced if they stay over. Italians are very large-hearted people, like Indians are. They'll be overjoyed if they stay over. But it is the English mind. It's the English who cannot tolerate. One person staying for 2 days, they'll ask you immediately as you go, what time are you leaving? So it is their mind that worked out that way, that it will be inconvenienced, because they'll be inconvenienced. Though they were told you could stay here till Monday, there's no problem, you have to just pay £10. But I thought like that. This is an English image of being good to others, because to them, anybody staying in their house, finished. They won't even allow anybody to come inside the house. Let there be snow, anything outside, they'll just see and talk to you, and then they'll say, I've seen it myself. One day I had gone out, it was snowing, and I saw a lady standing out on a doorstep with a pram, and there was a little baby. And the other lady was an old lady talking from inside, just from the chink, in a way that door was not completely opened out. And when I came back after an hour or so, still that lady was standing outside and talking. This lady didn't have sense to say that you come in. But this another lady did not mind it also, because she must be doing the same. So the large-heartedness of anything they cannot understand. Moreover, there was no problem. It was suggested that you can stay here and you can be here. Now, today we had to hurry up a lot. The whole thing was quite inconvenienced, and we had to do it because of a slight mistake that they should have asked me. And I thought you all were staying on Monday, because it's logical, it's sensible. But because of the conception that we should not inconvenience. It's not only with English, it is possible with any one of you. When you start thinking, I thought, you are gone. So these concepts that you have about things are actually very dangerous things. I've been having experiences of these stupid conventions people have. I thought. They tried to be good, but ultimately tried to be nasty. They are nasty. So that means there's something definitely wrong with the convention they have about things. And that's why people, if they were right when they were thinking, world would have been a different thing. But they are thinking at a level where it's just everything is sloping down and you are going downward. As soon as you start thinking, you go downward. Such is the defect of your thinking, because it is bound by the tags of your conventions. Whenever you think, you see you are bound by your conventions and you go down. I didn't touch many points today which I could have touched, like art I was saying. I was amazed, an exuberance like this, a flower like this, makes me so very happy to see a garden, but to a sophisticated mind is borak or something nonsensical. To them, one flower somewhere, because the rest of the area should be their space for their ego. So they cannot see the beauty. It's too much, too much. Even Sahaja Yoga is too much for us. What are you, a little baby or what? What is too much? You see, as if like a baby we give a bottle, so much of milk, so much of milk. So Sahaja Yoga is too much for me. You are dwarfs or what? And there's no substance in this kind of a nonsense. That's why this is sophisticated, this is nice, criticize everyone. People are so frightened even to decorate their houses, because it will be criticized. Better keep it plain, white. Just white. Even the nose they don't like, they want to cut out the nose, eyes, everything, just have plain. And imagine it's the play of the ego, which wants an individuality. How they are in juxtaposition with what they want to do. See this clearly. If you go in a garden, they'll have one tree somewhere hanging in there. This is supposed to be garden. You say, where is the garden? This garden. Microscope. Where is the garden? Oh no, we put only one thing at a point, you see. so it becomes important. So this is only a tree here, and then you move on, there will be another little bush, then another tree. Everything is too much. Why? Because the ego is too much in the head. That's why everything is too much for them. The stupidity has to go now. You have to take whatever is good, too much you must take, and give up whatever is too much in you. That has to be understood. All these stupid ideas, all kinds of stupid ideas. Like you want to buy a house, so they say, all right, we'll go and buy a house. I went round. Now most of the houses are about 7.5 feet height. But they like it. I said, why? It's very old. I said, so what? But it's an old house, it is this and that, and the old house. Why do you like? New houses are 8 feet at the most. So there's no choice. But why do you want to have a house which is old house? Victorian houses they don't like. Why? Because they are not so conventional, they are not so fashionable. You must have a house where you should break your neck. Walk into the bathroom in an awkward way, you can't even sit or stand. Halfway you hang in the air. That's a very house of a character. And a character is that which makes you awkward and feel funny. That person has character. I mean, a person is, if he's absurd, he's queer, weird, he's strange, he's a man of character. This is the situation today. He's a man of character and he's weird, absolutely a strange personality. How is it? He came on a bicycle with a half pant. I said, really? He's a man of character. Here he is getting arthritis with it. Doing queer, funny, stupid things is regarded as something of personality. Now as Sahajogis, you have to realize that you are not that stupid. You are crowned with yourself. Now you are not going to behave like these stupid people and their fashions. To give it up. They laugh at you, you laugh at them. In the lunatic asylum, if you go, all the lunatics will say, oh, so you have also come here to join us, isn't it? They all think they are the wisest. And you get lost with them, you start thinking, am I a lunatic myself? So you all, when you see such a person, you should just laugh at. Like a lady, you see, thought her to be very fashionable. She came with a dress, you see, very open, her body with all her bones showing and this and that. And we happened to go to see that house, myself and my husband. So as soon as he saw her, he came back and vomited. I said, what's the matter? I saw her, I vomited. And we got into the car, we didn't enter, we came away. And she thought she was a very fashionable lady showing her bones, all her body. Horrible. Imagine like a dead body standing before you. But a dead body is regarded as fashionable. So everybody wants to behave like a dead body. Now you should see the sense in it. Otherwise you are not Sahajogis. You must see the nonsense that is going on, and you are not a nonsensical personality. So all these things now, if you see from a new angle, as I have told you now, that you are higher personalities, that you have achieved a new awareness of your chakras, you'll be amazed. Your reactions will be very, very different. If you see something like this, you'll say, beautiful. But till you have those horrible conventions with you, you cannot. A house which is dilapidated, absolutely going to fall on your head, is what a character. The whole character will fall on your head. Absurd ideas people have. Or then they want something modern which is absolutely weird and nonsensical. See, there was a lady, she built a house, modern, and we had to climb up her steps. And every step she has divided into smaller pieces. We were so much worried that we'll all fall off. You see, every step was made of small pieces like a step. You see, every step was made into steps. So when you put your foot there, you don't know where you are putting your foot, you see. She must have spent a lot of money making that kind of a nonsensical thing. But to her, she would show everyone, now come along, see this. I refused to go up. I said, I have nothing to do. And went back. Yes, that doesn't matter. As they show resentment, you must show resentment. Stupid. It doesn't appeal to me. It doesn't appeal to me, these things. I've seen it, I don't like it, these things. The way there's one flower hanging somewhere and anything if I see, I don't like it. I don't enjoy it at all myself. And if I am the criteria, if I am the one who can judge things, then I would tell you I don't like all this nonsense. The way people dress up these days, they look like clowns to me, lunatics, like I can say brats, or you can call them what you call them, tramps. You cannot make out one from the other. The lousy pants, you see some grandfather's pant they are wearing, and a grandmother's blouse on top, and the ladies walking on the street. See, you feel there's some funny, queer people walking across, and they think it's fashionable. I think from India we should get all old clothes here and sell them off for a high price. It's very queer. You just look at it. See from this angle. Standing on the hilltop, you look at these mad people. See how lunatic they are, stupid they are, how they are behaving, what is their fashion. And if you see, in olden times, people used to dress up well with all kinds of frills, all kinds of things, but this is what they don't like. Whatever God has given us should be decorated and respected. I mean, yesterday the way you did the whole, today the way you did the whole of the hall and all that, so beautiful it looked, so nice it looked. But somebody would say, oh, let us have absolutely plain thing for mother. Some dilapidated wall behind which is about to fall down. That would be real character. How can these ideas be acceptable to Sahajogis? This I just don't understand. And they pay for it. They pay for these conventions and they pay for all these kinds of odd things. They do pay for it. Supposing there's a fashion today to have your hair cut like this on top, they'll pay for it. Then you cut them another way, they pay for it. You have to pay for all these misdoings also. The fashion is, supposing somebody invite somebody to your house, you must have a different type of a glass cup and a glass for this, otherwise you are not all right. And then what you find, there's another group of these hippies and all those have come, they will give you in the dirtiest possible mugs that you cannot drink anything. So either you accept this nonsense or that nonsense. It's absolutely absurd. And you know, I've seen Indians when they are in England, they just don't understand, they just cancel them, all right, cancel them. They're mad people. The quality of personality is very, very low, take it from me. Very low. You might have ego, might exist with that ego, but it's very low here. Accept it. Innocence is missing, auspiciousness is missing, cleanliness is missing, the attraction of simplicity is missing. So artificial. Even the idea of simplicity is artificial. With artificiality, how can you have a quality of human life? How can you? You become artificial people. So give up all these conventions. I'm not here to propagate Indian culture as such, but I must say if there is any culture, it is in India. Because this is no culture. All becoming, if you walk about, you look like, when I see the people around, they look like host of mad people walking. You see them on the streets. Not one person is normal. America is even worse. They must be doing like this or this like this. Not one person has a proper face. It's a fact, I tell you. With Sahaja Yoga, your quality has come up. It has come up. You become that now. So great. That's why you do not feel here there is Lakshmi. You have money but no Lakshmi. There's no beauty of that. It's so desolate, like a barren land. Your ego has blown off everything that was beautiful. You could not tolerate anybody's art, so you would not have anything artistic things in the house. You need not have many things at all, so you have plastics. Beauty has run away from your lives. When you talk also, it's fashionable to be arrogant. Imagine. To be arrogant, to be very dry. There's no beauty in it. It's all put up show. There's no bravery in it. Nothing sublime. On the subtle form, you have lost it. That's why in the gross form, you don't see it. Whatever you lost inside is shown outside. Bankruptcy, complete bankruptcy. So when you see that with others, when I'm saying you, I'm meaning the others, those who are not yet Sahaja Yogis in the West. Try to understand they are at a much lower level than you are. And don't take to their ideas and their ways and methods. Just keep yourself aloof. And then you will see they'll run after you. Ego is like a donkey. If somebody is ahead of them, they know somebody is ahead of them, then they bend their head to that. And if they see somebody is behind them, then they kick. So you have your dignity, you have your special style, you live with a special style. Don't be one of them. Dress up properly, in a proper way. You may have only 2 shirts, you may have only 3 shirts. You need not have many. But have in something sensible, normal, comfortable, and also which is not jarring to others. We are the ones who are going to encourage our art. We are the ones who are going to bring back all that is lost. We can't have Rembrandt anymore. We can't have Leonardo da Vinci. We cannot have Michelangelo again. Finish them all completely. Well, everybody thinks they're Michelangelo. We can't even have, say, Gorky. We can't have William Blake, can we? Of that courage? We cannot have Abraham Lincoln, can we have? All dwarfs, useless people. You scratch them and you find they are good for nothing, useless. Out of you, all these great people have to come out now. And the speciality about them, they had their own personality. They would not give way to any fashions or anything. They wouldn't give way to any cheap popularity. Out of few people, all these great personalities are to be born. So for you and for your progeny, you have to think, what are we doing in such a great work as it is? It's not only for your enjoyment, that we have a seminar, nice music, nice food, nice place, we come, we enjoy. No. Enjoyment is just an advertising department. You have to really work hard, inside, not outside. No arguments of any kind, useless. Simple thing, if I say, I have to carry, say, this box. Somebody will come out with a thing, all right, then I think we should get a van. No, but van is too much. Then what should we do? They'll go on arguing till that the box is gone, everything is done, and I come back and say, now what are you doing? We are still discussing how to take the box. It's already gone. Such wasteful habits we should give up. We have to have new wisdom within us. All this old wisdom, you just throw it away. Unless and until you do that, your ego won't go away. It won't leave you, unless and until you decide to throw away all those ideas which to you appear to be real. You have to be like children, trying to learn something new all the time. We are to be open to learn something new all the time. You have to learn. You have lost it. You had some things that you have lost, so many. Instead of going ahead, you have lost it. You are doing all right. If you had remained on the right path, you would have achieved. Because after all, some countries are traditionally very old. They also got lost. Like Greece, we can say, is lost. Horrible Greek tragedies, sit down and cry for nothing at all. Nothing has happened, everything is perfect, people just go and sit down and cry. It's like you make somebody say that this one is dead. Let us now feel that he's dead. Sit down now, all of us should cry. Stupid as that. It's all artificially created problems and artificially created gloom, because you have no real gloom, you have no real problem. You have got food to eat, you've got everything. That's why you are creating problems for yourself. That's why you need psychiatrists, you need drugs, you need this, you need that. But you have no problems, so you want to have some problems. As simple as that. Those who have problem have to fight with it. They have no time for all these nonsensical things. You have too much time, all your problems are solved as far as the material things are concerned, but still you are very much involved into it. So now face it clearly. That we are not that anymore. We are different people. We are no more worms in the mud, but we are lotuses. We have fragrance, we have powers. We are specially blessed. We have a special sense of joy. Let's enjoy that and give it to others and be glorified with it. Feel the dignity of it. I'm sure it is going to work out this time. I have done my level best, I think. And this lecture should really go through you all. All right, any questions? Any questions you have?
Where's the glass?
Water.
Get a glass, please, Tony.
They might be thinking that I'll drink from here.
Modern idea.
Modern idea may be that I drink from here. So there's no need to have glass. Mother may like to drink from there. All right, any questions? In thoughtless awareness. Now keep it up. Keep it up in thoughtless awareness. Absolutely, you blast it. Keep it up. Keep yourself blasted. That is this ego business. Little bit is still there, rudimentary. Keep it out. This is meditation. But there's no ego anymore. You are in thoughtless awareness. Absolutely stunned. Can't think. But that I have done is not good. You should do it. That's the point I'm coming to. Have your own personality. If punks could behave like that, why can't you behave sensibly? And also I have to say a few words about how we behave in our day-to-day life. Because a mother has to see that children are not to be ill-bred. People should not say that Sahaja Yogis are ill-bred. See. Now the first sign of an ill-bred child is that he leaves his bed in a mess. He leaves all his things in a mess. While coming, I saw all the beds. What are we doing here? Nothing. So put yourself into a discipline of leading a neat life. As a mother, I have to tell you this. It takes hardly 10 to 15 minutes, but just tell yourself, this is meditation. Doing meditative. We in India think that the Western people are extremely neat and tidy. Really. They can't believe it. They think you are on top of the world. You must be the neatest people ever living. You'll say 10 times thank you. But even once you will not keep your bed all right. Your things should be neat. You must keep yourself neat. Appear neatly. Then second thing I have noticed is, which is told by many people, which I have also noticed, that you go to somebody's house, then an ill-bred person will start using the phone without asking. Certain things are important to understand, like entering into the kitchen, eating everything. It's a very common thing, people are noticing this. That you get the food like paupers, like beggars. They come in the house. I had at least 21 bottles of honey which people had given me as present. And when my son-in-law came, there was not even one bottle to give him honey. So who ate? All the Sahaja Yogis who came ate the honey. I mean, it's all right, but you must ask. You polish off everything in the house. All right, you have come, there's food cooked for you, just have your food. If you go in the larder or you go anywhere, you find everything is missing. You buy for the whole month, you find everything is polished off. So an ill-bred person can be made out like that. But you'll be surprised, a good breeding person, even if this much is left of another person, that person will keep it and keep it till it is passed over. I'll tell you about my own husband, he need not worry about this. But if he knows we have something of another person, he'll put it in lock and key and see every time it is there till he returns it to him. And same I can say about my children or anybody I know of. But this is beggarish, that you take somebody's things, misuse it, throw away where you feel like, break everything. But I've seen with my own thing, so when the leaders have been complaining to me that they come to our houses, they polish off everything from our fridges and all that, I was not surprised. So Sahaja Yoga has become like a resort for all the beggars and the paupers of the world, because it is free. All the poor people come down to Sahaja Yoga, and you have to nourish them and look after them. It should not be such. You may be poor, but you must have dignity. Even the servants are in India are better. They won't touch your things without asking. They have much more breeding. And ill-bred person is a person who is a rude person, arrogant person. You can say the same thing in a proper manner. As a mother, to give me real glory is that people should say that you are very well brought up children. A kind of system must exist. A Spartan system. It's a Spartan system. It's not all sort of a lousy system. It's a Spartan system. You are yogis. Should be neat, tidy, all the time, clean, with few things. Like in India, people are quite shocked. You carry such big bags. And it carries all for ladies especially, all the paints and this and that. Where are you going to use before the villagers there, these paints? They don't understand. All these things we have to see for ourselves. We have to be dignified. We have to be people with a kind of a personality. Supposing somebody is a saint, he might be a poor man. But you can make him out by his dignity. There was a saint called Tukarama, which you have heard about him. This Ami Bigadolo is coming from his music. He was poor and very generous also. He used to give away everything and we always left with very little. So Shivaji Maharaj, the great Shivaji, came down to his place, brought lots of ornaments and things and presentations and gave it to his wife and children. He was out. She was very happy to wear all these things because he gave. He said, this is, of course in the beginning she also said that it's not all right. But he said, no, I'm just trying to sort of pay my respects to you, this, that, and give. And she wore it. He came, he said, no, I'm a saint. You take this, you are a king and you have to live like a king. All right, as a king, you can have it. But not as a saint, I don't need all these things. My wife doesn't need all these things. Because you are living like a king, maybe you are a realized soul also, but you are a king, so live like a king. one has to realize that in Sahaja Yoga, you are not to move like a barren personality also. You have to be properly dressed, properly appearing. You should not look like beggars, but you should look like dignified people of the society. Now, for example, as you know, I am the goddess. And the goddess has to wear I don't know how many ornaments just to adorn her chakras. I mean, I have lots of ornaments myself, of my own. But only for puja I wear, otherwise I don't wear. I'm supposed to wear lots of things. Why? Because it may not be that all right, may be dignified, but may not be that all right to wear all those things all the time. But I'm supposed to wear. Like you're supposed to wear many more things in the hand, here, rings, on the feet, everything. All the time you have to wear gold in the, what you call the, you don't have that ornament here, which we tie up, like a belt. But I don't do it. I keep it to a marginal point. Only in puja I wear some things out of it. So you must have that discretion. What to wear, how far to go, how to look dignified, how to be well bred so that you glorify the breeding of your mother. This time, I hope when you all come to India, you will notice all these things among Indians. You will never see them eating, you will never see them having their baths, you will never see them sleeping. You don't know how they live, where they live, how they work out, everything. They are just there on the spot whenever you are there. Isn't it true? They take their baths, they finish everything early in the morning, about 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, they're out, spot. And always clean, whether he's a villager, whether he is a scheduled caste or a Brahmin or anything. They're all neatly dressed, you cannot make them out. Clean white clothes they'll wear, clean white cap they will have. They'll never have dirty clothes. So this is another side which is not so sublime, but gross side, not so subtle, but is very important. Because whatever is in the subtle expresses outside. In all your behavior, you should shine like 1,000 facets of a diamond. Because you have attended now the Sahasrara Day. Let's see. What are the 1,000 facets we show? Love each other, respect yourself. And all the time say one mantra within yourself, I am a Sahaja Yogi. It says everything about your responsibilities, what are your aspirations, what you are. You are a Sahaja Yogi, being reborn by Adi Shakti herself. Any personal problems you have, you should write to me and I'll try to answer. If I do not answer, then think that answer I have managed. If I do not answer, then think that I have managed the answer. But if there's anything to be suggested, I will definitely inform you. Any other problem. But like a lady today came, she was crying about her husband. This she did before also, again today she's crying. She'll go mad. A Sahaja Yogi should not cry. Overcome your problem, try to handle your husband, try to handle everything. I do not very much like the divorce part of it, but if somebody is a gone case, it's all right. If I say it's a gone case, you divorce. But unnecessarily, just because there's not yet proper understanding, one should not cry, weep and do all these things. On the contrary, one should try to overcome your own personal problems because you have powers. And you can write to me, not very long letters. I get lost. Yeah, really, I get lost. In the morning, there are so many letters for me to read, one better than the other. And my husband also gets a big post. But he says, nobody writes me love letters, they all write about their bills to be paid. I said, it's just the same. You may translate this, Gregor. This much.
In italiano, il marito di Sri Mataji riceva molto corrispondenza e anche Sri Mataji.
Full of problems.
E lui, il marito, dice a Sri Mataji, io ricevo questa corrispondenza ma sono solamente delle fatture da pagare. E tutti gli lettere di Sahaja Yogi che Sri Mataji riceve, Sri Mataji ha rispondato sì, per me è la stessa cosa. Deutsch? No? Ok.
I said I have to pay for their love. That's what it is. But children write very sweet letters. They just make some painting or something, or some flowers, and a few things there. That's all. They'll make a heart and put me there, or something like that. Very sweet, sweet things they do. And just the joy and happiness, you see, they express. Never their problems. They have no problems, children don't have. They are not complicated. You catch hold of the problems, that's the trouble is. They have no problems of any kind. So you have not told me, any one of you, anything that you want me to be done. Now, only thing at the last, I would like you to listen to Warren, who will read it out to you, the programs we are going to have in this summertime. Come forward.
So Sri Mataji's program for the rest of Italy, I think, is known. She returns to the UK. Are you returning on Monday morning, Sri Mataji?
Yes, now.
Monday morning. Then she comes to France on the 17th and returns on the 22nd. Not the 24th as originally planned. The original proposal to go to Spain at that time has now been postponed until later. And the next program is in June. On the 7th of June she goes to...
No, then I go to Houston.
I'm sorry, yes. You go for 3 days to Houston, yes.
Yes, I'm just visiting London, that's all.
28th, I think you go to Houston, and then back...
27th, I think, I go.
I haven't got that detail, Nana.
Yes, about 27th.
Then comes back to London and then to Switzerland. June the 7th to Switzerland, and she returns to the UK on the 15th. Then there's a program in Scotland for the weekend on the 21st.
That's not definite, but we'll see.
Then in July, she goes to Austria on the 5th. Guru Puja is to be held not on the 13th, but on the 12th, on Saturday the 12th. Then on the 13th, she's there, or possibly goes to Germany, but in any case on the 14th and 15th, there are to be programs in Germany. On the 15th there will be a puja in Germany, and then she returns to the UK on the 16th. Then in August, she goes to Belgium and Holland. On Sunday, not Saturday, but Sunday the 10th,
In the evening,
in the evening, there's to be a puja on that day.
puja.
On
That's
the
puja
10th,
for Belgium and Holland.
on arrival in Belgium or Holland, wherever you decide to have the puja, there'll be,
No, better to have puja at a place where we have the Monday program.
then it will be in Ghent, is it?
Hey,
In Belgium.
In Belgium anyway.
in Belgium.
So on the 10th evening there will be a puja in Belgium. Then on the 11th and 12th and 13th there will be 3 public programs, one in Ghent, one in Brussels and one in Antwerpen. Then on the 14th and 15th there will be public programs in The Hague. And then on Saturday, which is what they wanted, there will be a seminar, a follow-up seminar for all the people of Belgium and Holland to attend, to follow up, to establish themselves, and then Sri Mataji will return to London in the evening. We celebrate Raksha Bandhan in the UK on the 19th, and on the 23rd she leaves for the United States, which tour will be from the 23rd until the 14th of September. That takes in Krishna Puja on the 27th of August and Ganesha Chaturthi on the 7th of September. Then Sri Mataji probably will return to the UK then, and then she proceeds to Spain at a time yet to be decided.
No, just after that.
Immediately
So
after,
About 14th I come back.
you come back on the 14th.
So that is what, a Saturday or a Sunday?
I'm not sure, Sri Mataji. 14th of September.
Spanish people are here still? Or they are gone?
2 here. Juan Antonio is here.
Huh?
September is a Sunday.
So 14th is a Sunday.
So they would like me to be there for a weekend or for the weekdays. That's the point to be decided.
Don't forget we have to go to Montpellier as well. One day, 1 or 2 days.
On that.
When would you like it, Juan Antonio?
No, what is Spanish people, are they more available on weekends or weekdays? Weekdays. Weekdays. So I can fly on, say, Tuesday, or Monday I can fly, and Tuesday we can have a program. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 days, all right? Yes, and then I can, we have to have a puja. So on Friday, or I go on Monday would be better. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And Friday I can go to.
Montpellier. You see, Sri Mataji has to go from Spain to the south of France, to Montpellier.
I can come Sunday evening, and Monday morning you have the puja, is better. And we have programs after. The puja is much better to have programs afterwards. So my vibrations are also released.
Puja
so
first?
Monday morning we'll have puja.
So that's Tuesday the, what is the date?
Have you given them the saris and things?
16th, yes, Sri Mataji.
So the 16th?
16th of September, Sri Mataji will
It's a Tuesday.
fly to Madrid.
No, no. No, no, no.
Sunday is the 14th.
Sunday I'm coming back.
When did you wish to go to?
No, no. Then next Sunday is what?
Oh, the following week, I see.
What is the following
The
Sunday?
following Sunday is therefore the
21st.
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 I see. So 21st you'll fly to Madrid. Puja on the Monday.
Monday, puja morning, Monday.
Programs Tuesday, Wednesday.
Or you can have it Sunday night if you like puja. Which will suit better, Sunday night. For puja, Sunday night would be better. So Sunday morning I'll go. 21st Sunday morning I come. Alright? Alright. Then Sunday we have puja. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday I could be there. Thursday I'll go to Montpellier and I can return from there to London. How many days? 3 days are sufficient? 3.
How many do you want, she said?
Keep it 4, all right. 4. So I reach there on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's all right, 4 days.
21st until Thursday, then she goes to Montpellier, and then
Thursday morning I'll go to Montpellier. Thursday evening we'll have program there, and then
25th to Montpellier. Then from Montpellier back to London on the 27th.
is there a direct flight?
Any flights from Madrid to Montpellier? Find out, huh?
But is there a flight from there to London? It's a rather out of the way thing.
I'm told there's a flight from Montpellier to London. Yes, madam.
Is there?
Yes.
So
Guido?
why not do Montpellier
There's
first?
sorry, Patrick told me there's a flight from Montpellier to London.
So why not do Montpellier first and then go to Spain?
Is anybody from France here? Knows, confirmed that
Est-ce qu'il y a
there-
quelqu'un de Montpellier ici? Non.
But
Patrick did tell me there was a flight to London from Montpellier.
But direct?
But from Montpellier to Spain, is there a flight or not? Huh? That you find out first of all. But you keep it that time, about that time. Definite will let you know once we have done with the Montpellier.
Hmm?
You have to find which days a week there's a flight. So
Huh? No flight.
Well, from Montpellier to London or the other way, there probably wouldn't be a flight every day.
Juan Antonio will find out, we'll be in touch, huh? We'll let you know. Because it depends now upon the flights to and from Montpellier.
But in any case, you keep this program with them.
Yes.
Otherwise, I'll do it earlier or later, whatever it is. First of all, keep this program, definite. See, Montpellier, even if I don't do, France is there, it's all right. I can do it later on, doesn't matter. But this I have to do Spain properly. All right?
That's the...
Rather awkward, I think, to go from there. Isn't it?
Montpellier, Sri Mataji.
There's no flight.
From Madrid to Montpellier, there would be a problem. But
I mean, as far as the distances are concerned, because of course you would travel by plane, that's a different thing. But if you see, I mean, it's a bit off your main lines. Because if you go to London or from Paris to Madrid, then it's easy. But if you go Paris, Montpellier, Madrid,
It's too much for me. And I have to travel back, you know, I'm coming from America all the way. So forget about Montpellier. Somehow or other try to tell them that forget about it. See, I must also think how far I can go.
this is very true.
Then I have to go back to India,
On the 6th, it says here.
6th or so, 5th or 6th. So hardly any time for me to prepare to go. Also better keep it like that. Just tell them that that may not be possible. So I come back on Friday, would be better.
Well, we will let them know,
Yes.
right?
I can't come Saturday nights, and Sunday morning we can have the puja, if you like. And Saturday arrives, Sunday puja, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday morning I go back to London. Because you see, I'll have hardly 2 weeks left for me to go to India.
It's a marathon.
I mean, it's like usual, but still.
It's too much strain. So I won't be able to do this time. They can all come to France. They can come to Paris.
Of course. I mean, there is direct plane, there is direct train.
Yes. There is no problem, Shri Mataji. It's all right.
Yes,
We'll tell them.
they should bring all the people. And we have place there for people to live. During that time, there's no problem. France, when am I going? 17th.
17.
Will it be cold now? Not.
No, Shri Mataji.
Not at all.
After some time it will happen that I'll settle down in one place and you'll all have to come there because I won't be able to travel so much, I can tell you this much. It's all right for the time being. You must also understand that now the Muhammad has gone to the mountains, now the mountains have to come to Muhammad. All right. So thank you very much. You haven't told me any one of your problems, so I think there are no problems. Tomorrow morning I may not be able to meet you, so may God bless you all. Give yourself a bandhana, all of you, properly, with full attention, with full dignity, with full movement. See, full. Nothing should be done cheaply. I don't need anything, but just doing it to please you all. In India, they asked a question that if she is the goddess, why does she say namaskar to everyone? They can't understand. The god is saying namaskar. Nice chappals, Father.
We'll have a public program by 6 o'clock in Milano.
So we should go early. For 9 o'clock is okay.
10.
All right, 9 or 10. So that I can Thank you.
Lo Shri Bhagavati Mataji Shri Nyamate Ki Jai.